Hey everyone, so this is going to be my tutorial for my 7 Deadly Sins video. You're probably noticing that my audio is off from how my lips are moving. That's mostly because for some reason the audio didn't record properly with my video, especially when I transferred it over. So basically what sloth is, it's laziness. So if you think about it, the actual animal of a sloth is, that's what it is. As you can see, the colors I've used have sort of been gray, frosty blues, because I feel those are more of a lazy color when it comes to blue, and the color for sloth is light blue. So what I used is my Sephora palette. This video isn't sponsored. I bought it with my own money, but this is the palette. This is the palette I used. All the colors that I used came from here, but you can probably find very similar colors all throughout different lines of product as well. So, as I was saying, sloth is being very lazy. It's not really caring as much. It's someone who sits and lays on the sofa all the time. And I'm just gonna let you guys look and take a look. My lips as well, I just did very simple, and same with my cheeks. So, hope you guys enjoy the tutorial, and I'm going to get started very shortly. So first what I'm doing is I'm going in with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, as always, and I'm just applying it all over my lid. So you can see I'm going all the way up to the brow bone. I'm just applying it all over the lid. This is going to help protect the eyeshadow from creasing. So the next thing you want is to go in with a flat shader brush, just like this, and pick up a light, pale, sort of frosty blue, similar to the color that you see here. And what you're going to do is you're going to pat this first all over your lid. You're not going to brush quite yet. You want to make sure you apply the color first. So you just pat it all on, and then once it's on, you're going to give it a little bit of a wipe to even everything out and make sure that there aren't any spaces that are left open. So with the other side of this brush, you're going to go in with a light silvery gray color. Again, I'm going to show you the color on the brush, just like that. And you're going to pat this mostly in the middle, just to sort of mute the color down a bit so it's not quite as bright of a blue color. The next color you want, I'm going to show you this in the actual palette, is a mix of two colors. It's a mix between the gray and the blue that I'll be pointing to. So it's a royal blue and sort of a matte charcoal gray. The blue is more shimmery, the gray is more matte. This is going to give a little bit of an interesting texture throughout your actual look. And I'm just going in with a simple brush, and I'm applying this into the crease, not caring to blend it out quite yet, and just applying it a bit to the inner corner, or outer corner, sorry. Just keep applying, trying to get the colors on both sides as even as possible, adding a bit more blue, adding a bit more gray, on and on. Now I'm going in with a fine pencil brush and picking up some of that gray color and focusing this only on the outer V. This will just add some extra depth to the color and allow for a little bit more of a contour and definition to that outer corner as well. Next, with the big fluffy blending brush, holding it at the very end, you're just going to blend all the colors out. Make sure that there's no very noticeable lines throughout the entire thing. And you just want to keep blending this out. Make sure that both sides are fairly even in terms of color. And next what you want to do is you want to go back in with that light blue color and just add a little bit on the top, again to bring out a bit more, and then a bit more gray over top just to fix it up. And then if you need to, go in with your blending brush again and just blend everything out. Next thing I did was I just took a black pencil and I lined right in at my lash line. I didn't go very thick, just a nice simple line to add a little bit of extra definition, but not too much. And then you're gonna line your waterline as well, and just a simple line to the waterline. And then you're just gonna curl your lashes and apply some mascara. Here I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous False Fiber Lash Mascara, and I'm just applying one coat to my lashes. And that there is it for my eyes, and I'm gonna move on to lips and cheeks. So what I'm using is an Estee Lauder color blush, and it looks, well, first I'm just using a little bit of bronzer just to sort of sculpt everything out and add a little bit of contour, but not really much. This is more just to add a little bit of a bronzy color to my face. Nice and simply. And then I'm going in with an Estee Lauder color for my blush. It's an ombre effect blush. Not really 100% sure what it was called. I'll probably put an annotation up or the name of it in a bottom or in the bar below. And I'm just taking this on my brush and I'm applying it lightly over my cheeks. Not too much, just a little tiny bit. I think it was called Peach Nuance, actually, if I remember correctly. And then last but not least, I'm going in with an Estee Lauder lip gloss, and it's just a very neutral color. Looks like that. And I'm just applying it to the center of my lips and opening it through and putting a little bit on the top as well. Just making sure that I don't put too much on because this lip gloss specifically can get very, very sticky. So just enough to put a nice thin coat. And that's it for this video. I'd like to thank all of you and my really good friends and everyone for watching.